We are tracking the mysterious drones being spotted across the country. The question on so many Americans' minds, who is controlling these drones and why? The Pentagon says there is no evidence these are coming from a foreign entity or adversary. And today, several lawmakers are demanding answers and action.
The question is, why haven't the federal authorities detected them yet? But now we're pushing them to get this done quickly because it's been too long where there have been no answers.
The wave of drones even causing an airport in New York to temporarily shut down on Friday night. And while we're monitoring the reports of drones being spotted even in California, the majority of these sightings are happening along the East Coast. Earlier today, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas said the federal government is taking steps now to address these devices, including deploying a high-tech drone detection system. NewsNation's Elina Shirazi tracking this. She is joining us live from Capitol Hill tonight. Elina, what is the very latest here?
Yeah, Natasha, like you said, lawmakers say there's no foreign influence with these drones and not a danger to the United States, to public safety or national security. But the question still stands, what are these drones and where exactly do they come from?
There's no question that people are seeing drones, and I want to assure the American public that we in the federal government have deployed additional resources, personnel, technology to assist the New Jersey State Police in addressing the drone sightings.
Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas announced he's sending more federal resources to deal with the surge of drone sightings over the Northeast. Mayorkas doubling down, saying there's no foreign influence.
We have not seen any foreign, we know of no foreign involvement with respect to the sightings in the Northeast, and we are vigilant in investigating this matter.
Now, Senator Chuck Schumer is joining New York Governor Kathy Hochul, demanding more federal resources.
We're asking the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, to deploy special detection systems like the Robin, which use not a linear line of sight, but 360-degree technology that has a much better chance of detecting these drones. And we're asking DHS to bring them to the New York, New Jersey area.
The Robin radar system requested by Senator Schumer is a 3D drone radar with 360-degree coverage that can spot drones day or night. They can spot them at speeds up to 60 miles per hour. The radar systems can be deployed in as little as 15 minutes and can be mounted on buildings or cars.
Detects and tracks rogue drones carrying improvised explosive devices and unauthorized drones surveilling mobile forces.
Back on Capitol Hill, Congressman Jim Hines of Connecticut, one of the states where drones have been spotted, doubling down that these drones are not foreign adversaries or even aliens.
People will fill a vacuum with, their fears and anxieties and conspiracy theories that I know with confidence. It is not the Iranians. It is not the Chinese. They aren't Martians. I know that's very unsatisfying for people who want a Hollywood movie out of this.
But a growing number of lawmakers are calling for people to shoot the drones down, including the incoming president. Trump posting on Truth Social, quote, "Mystery drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening without our government's knowledge? I don't think so. Let the public know and now. Otherwise, shoot them down." And his incoming national security advisor, Republican Congressman Mike Waltz, saying this.
The drone issue points out are kind of gaps in our agencies, gaps in our authorities. Between the Department of Homeland Security, local law enforcement, the Defense Department. And we need to take a hard look at our homeland defenses. President Trump has talked about an Iron Dome for America. That needs to include drones as well.
And during a White House call over the weekend, senior administration officials say they're working with several law enforcement agencies to continue to investigate this, to continue to get to the bottom of this. They even have a tip line that they have open now. Natasha.
Okay, Elina Shirazi tracking that for us. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.